Does your mock ever look so bad you just want to destroy it? Sometimes all you need is a few changes to make it 1,000 times better. So here are 10 tips and tricks to bring your mock from a 1 to a 10. Take a look at this Star Wars Yavin 4 battle mock I made. I used dark green for the grass. If the grass was bright green, it may not have the same intense feel. The use of dark colors made it feel intense. But sometimes it's not about the shade, but instead a color just doesn't fit. Imagine if just plain was yellow. Wouldn't really have the same charm to it. Maybe all your mock needs is a color change. Maybe you have a turquoise SUV that would look so much better in white. Whatever the color is, maybe there's a better one. So next time, take a look at your color options. Maybe you'll find the perfect color. These are slopes, probably the most common way of achieving a good shape. Just look at this car without them. Now, let's put them back on. Looks a lot better, doesn't it? But of course there are hundreds, if not thousands of ways to achieve shape, such as this hinge. It works perfectly to get those angles. Also, take a look at this Jar Jar brick heads. The ears are at a slight angle. That's because of these parts right here. They hook into the snot brick so I can twist it any way I want. If your build turns out too boxy, just shape it out a little. No need to destroy it. If you get too comfortable and just use the same techniques and build style, you'll never get better. The other week, I built this Lego sniper. I'm not very experienced with Technic, but I tried it and succeeded. With more practice, I'll be able to improve my regular builds by adding functions. But it's not only trying a new build style. Sometimes it's just using a new technique. Take a look at this weird technique. Just trying something like this on your next build will give you more knowledge on how to build something great. Back to this plane. On the real thing, there are some vents behind the propeller. I found this part that allowed me to get almost perfect vents. Plus, it allowed me to hook on the propeller. And I had to use hinges to close up this gap, which made the perfect place to hook on some landing gear. Sometimes you have to look for that perfect piece rather than settling for something mediocre. It'll make your mock 10 times better. Every detail counts, whether it's hiding fans in the back of this car or the cracks in the floor on this Yavin mock. Whenever I finish a mock, I look closely at the details. If there's a spot with no little details, I add them in. On this Yavin mock, I added some rubble and fire here to fill in the corner. And on the other side, I added some foliage. All these details help bring the mock to life. Take a look at this diorama of my cat taking down some bad guys. Roads are relatively smooth, so I put some bricks sideways to get a smooth look. Back to the Yavin mock again. It's all rough terrain, so I had a lot of studs exposed. Another example would be this Star Wars limo. It doesn't have many studs because cars are smooth. Also, the limo is red, just like that subscribe button. Sometimes you can use odd pieces to get that perfect piece, such as this car. I used a video game controller for the steering wheel, and I also used hubcaps for the fans we talked about, and even brown ingot pieces for the seat. Another weird technique is tan hair for a mop. Using odd pieces makes for a very satisfying build. Sometimes there's a perfect part, but you just don't have it. Oftentimes people give up on their mocks because of this. The simple answer is to improvise, aka use a different part. It might be harder, or maybe it doesn't look as good, but either way, you have to get that mock done. In this brickheads of my cat, I couldn't find this piece, so I had to use this weird technique, and it actually worked. Luckily, I eventually found the part, but the mock was fully finished even though I couldn't find it. Sometimes it can be hard to get a good idea. Recently, I've just been building spaceships because I have no other inspiration. If you're looking for inspiration, the best tip I've got for you is to look for the perfect piece. Sometimes a single part can give you a great idea, such as this blurg from Star Wars. I got the idea from the legs. In building it gave me inspiration for the hunt stop motion I made. I highly recommend you check that out after this video. But anyway, a single part can give you great inspiration. No one becomes a master builder overnight. Everyone struggles. Don't ever get discouraged because your MOC doesn't look good. Every builder started off like you. For example, look at my ATRT MOC from a couple of years back. Now, look at this one I'm working on now. It's a lot better. So keep practicing and you'll be the next master builder. If you liked any of the MOCs featured in this video, I have a dedicated video for a few of them. They will be linked in the description. Thanks for watching.